Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with co-host James Mason. Good morning, James. How are we doing?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well also.
Man, so FOMC meeting yesterday.
Yeah.
And same old monkey business as always of we're tapering. I remember hearing that in December or for December. And we saw how that turned out.
So what's your thoughts about taking some balancing the balance sheet and 50 basis point increase in the near future?
My thoughts are that there are literally kids in elementary school who can do better math than they can. And it's the truth. Like, really, what they say is just it's phony baloney for the most part. I mean, none of it matters. None of it matters.
We also said that they wanted to raise the last rate increase from 25 basis to 50 basis, but they didn't because of the war, which I find interesting because they really are admitting that they're making decisions based on other macro events where really they should be the one driving the macro event themselves.
Like, as in watching out for our economy.
Yeah, right. So, but they're taking considerations these other situations. I found that interesting that they would actually publicly admit that.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, it's just all smoke and mirrors. They control the market for how they see fit. When they're ready for it to go up, it goes up. When they're ready for it to go down, it goes down. And a lot of times they'll start screaming that something is bullish. It starts off as bullish, and then they pull the rug, and vice versa. It's just all one big game. But let's not hold everybody else up on that stuff, and let's go ahead and get into it. So currently, right now, the Dow futures are down 122 points. S&P 500 is down 12.5 points. The market is probably coming off of yesterday's FOMC meeting news, and it's likely looking like it's going to be bearish today. So other news, let's see, notable open interest changes for April the 7th. All right, so Wednesday's total option volume was 43.1 million contracts, which resulted in a net open interest growth of 4.21 million calls and 3.69 million puts. Ticker CCJ, NVDA, TSLA, HMHC saw the greatest growth. The top 5 new positions opened included in HMHC was 51,000 June 22nd, 22.5 calls. In ticker CCJ, 44,000 May 22nd, $40 calls. Ticker TIGR, 41,000 July 22nd, $10 calls. Let's see, ticker CCJ, 37,000 May 22nd, 35 calls. And ticker CHPT, 30,000 the April the 8th weeklies, the 17.5 puts. So for those who are into all the open interest, there you go. All right, Todd.
Do you want me to get the gong ready?
Get the gong ready once again. Let's see.
How many? First off, who do I have to get the budget approval for the gong? You or Johnny?
Johnny.
All right, because we need a freaking gong here. Again, another winning trade. Call out to our members yesterday. It took a while to get there, but it got there, and it ran hard. How about SPFM? Congratulations on the call out, by the way.
Oh yeah. So let's see. Let me go ahead and share my chart for everyone.
How many TTBB members benefited from that trade yesterday? I'd love to hear it in the comments, see who did it. I did not. I missed out on it. I took a couple early trades at the open on Tesla, and it was choppy, and I Didn't like it. I mean, literally, I made 2 trades, made $40. So, and I just said, I'm not going to trade today with the Fed meetings coming up and information. So I literally didn't trade it. So I missed it myself. But who did not miss it? Who made money on it? Aaron Sparks, bongs and gongs. Oh, I thought he was saying he won on the trade.
All right. So let me show my chart here. All right. So yesterday and we've traded this quite a few times already. Yesterday I pushed out an alert I originally pushed it out for like the break above 681. And then I readjusted it once I got to see what it was going to do here at the opening of yesterday. And then I re-alerted it for the break above 595. And man, that thing, when it was ready, that bad boy ripped out, and it ripped hard. Like, can't ask for a better day trade than this. These breakouts, honestly, guys, a lot of y'all have been doing this long enough. You should know that this is rare. I mean, to have such a powerful breakout this quickly, that's rare. It's also nice at the same time. But, man, this is what hooks people right here. We were talking about this in the pre-market, Todd. This is what hooks people into the stock market when they nail them perfectly and rake in that quick cash. And then they'll wait and wait and wait for something else, and it takes forever. But, man, what a beautiful trade right here in ticker SPFM. Now, I'm seeing some questions, can it run again today? I mean, it can. I don't know.
The answer is this for me, James.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of shorts trapped in this. I think the shorts are in this, and they were in it before it ran. So the run squeezed some shorts there, and I don't know what the shorts, how many are trapped in this and that. But if there's a significant number of shorts trapped and it gets to new highs, this could have another squeeze today, like yesterday.
Yeah.
Saying that, I'm not trading it today. I'm not banking on that, or that's not where I'm headed. But I'm telling you, this could have a nice breakout.
Real quick, are you able to get the cost for locates for this?
Yeah, let me look real quick.
So yeah, guys, I mean, could it break out? I mean, it absolutely could. I mean, even with their stock split that we spoke about yesterday, it's still extremely low. And
it's a premium borrow item, but the costs are only 5.6 cents at center point. So that's not unreasonable. So if people are short, let me put it this way. If people are stuck and they're trying to average up to get a better, this is a price that they would pay to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Which could lead them into getting far too heavy into this thing, and it rip out once again. And I'm telling you, like, this thing has potential to turn into a black swan, in my opinion. Like they do have solid news, for that most recent catalyst, but that share structure is so low that if the bears get in and try to short this thing and there's still that buying pressure there, it could get ugly for them. But one thing that we do need to start watching out for right here is, being that this company has seen such significant growth over the last few days. Let me go to the daily chart. So we can see that stock split back here in mid-February. And then before it ran, it closed out at 226 on April the 4th. And then we can see what it has done since. But one thing that we do have to be aware of at this moment is the company is going to be looking to raise funds for themselves. We need to be ready if you're in this trade. And I'm not currently in it, but if you are in it, we need to be ready for the company to announce that, hey, they're selling shares, because Well, that's what you do when you see significant growth with your share price as a company. I mean, you need to keep raising funds always. So now with that being said, I don't know if it's going to happen today. I mean, I could be wrong. They may not even announce it, but a smart company would capitalize on the opportunity. I'm just saying. It only makes sense. So basically, in my opinion, and this is just for me, this is how I would personally approach this, is I would have to see that break above the highs most recently, yesterday's highs. And I would probably just take a smaller position once it did that. If it does that, I mean, I'll let it ride and not really give a crap. If I see a decent amount of profit, of course I'll take it then. But if they would happen to announce at some point, like during the day or after hours, or even pre-market into the future, that, hey, we're selling shares, cool. I already have a plan. If it would go against me in this scenario, I would have a small position to where it's not going to mess up my account. But if it really ran and became a black swan, that small position is going to yield huge profits. Now, I know people would be like, okay, well, if you feel that confident on it, why wouldn't you take a larger position? The thing is, it's not that I feel confident on it. I don't know what it's going to do. But, when you break this down mathematically here, I mean, it just comes down to supply and demand. There's a low amount of shares on the market. If the bears come in too heavy with shorts, but that buying pressure is still there, it will cause it to squeeze more. If it starts to really squeeze more, that's what starts turning into that short squeeze. And then if the bears keep trying to stack on top of it while it's running, that's how black swans form. So, we have it from that perspective, but then at the same time, we also, again, have to keep in mind that the company is going to be playing their role here as well. And they could announce at any moment that they would be selling shares, if they would even announce that. I'm not putting words into their mouth. I'm just saying, what a smart company would do, and that is raise funds when they have the opportunity, especially when they have seen just rapid growth like this in their shares.
So for me, the way I would trade this today, if I was going to trade it, I would have my TTBB entry and exits chart up, and I would wait for a bullish indicator and take a position after I got my bullish indicator. And I would trade to that chart religiously for this potential squeeze. Because if it works out, you're going to catch a big move. The indicators will help you out with that. And right now it's showing it just went up as a bull indicator. So if this was a trade I wanted to trade and watch today, I would take my position, a small position, and I would trade to the chart.
Yeah, hold on. I'll be honest. I like to personally watch the 15-minute chart on it, and I'll show you why. With the entry and exit indicator. Hold on a second. Let me get it up.
And on the 15, it's showing bearish.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me show y'all something. Now, guys, we see this question a lot when people always ask, what's the best time frame? Time frames, with these algorithms, the time frame, there's no like best time frame that yields better results, because the algorithm is the same. It's just it measures it based on that time frame that you're looking it up on. So if you're looking it up on the 1 minute chart, well, you're going to get the results for the 1 minute time frame, and you need to trade it like that. Calculations based off of a 1 minute time frame when comparing it to a 5 minute time frame, a 15-minute time frame, it's apples to oranges. You can't compare data on a shorter time frame or a larger time frame to another time frame. Again, it's apples to oranges. It's a completely different set of information. You have to remember that. So if you look at it on a specific time frame, that's how you trade it. That's how you need to stay on that time frame and play it that way. Because if you start mixing up time frames with anything, it's even like, with looking at normal charts, your time frames are going to paint a different picture. And if you make a decision on, let's say, a daily chart, but you're trying to day trade something, it may not always work out. Now, if you step back and look at the bigger picture, it may work out in that swing trade on the daily chart. It just comes down to what time frame you start to visualize that picture on, and you have to work it out for that time frame. So let me show you all something really quickly. All right, can y'all see this? Todd, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the 15-minute chart with the EE scripts. When you see multiple arrows, like I've explained in the tutorials that people don't watch, that just means choppiness. And we can see right here, when this thing was ready, it took off running and it did its thing. And right here, it started to show that it was bearish. And if we look it up on the normal 15-minute chart, you'll be able to see why. But you can also see why without even doing that. It's coming off this strong pullback. Now it goes into this little choppy mode, and then it signals that, okay, it's created enough data to where it can see the bullish side of the trade, and then it added another little run. And then you can see right here, and then, there's choppiness. Early pre-market, so less volume. And then, that's how I like to use it. I use this all the time on the 5-minute chart, but one thing that I'm big on when using that EE script is I look at the 15-minute chart first, and then I look at the 5-minute chart. If the 15-minute chart is, let's just say for a ticker saying bullish on something, I make sure that it's saying the same thing on the 5-minute chart, and then I find my entry point that I want to, enter that trade with. I make sure that there's 2 time frames. For me personally, I make sure those 2 time frames match up. If one is the opposite of the other, that's a no-go for me. So that is how I utilize that tool right there.
I think it's one of our best tools that we have for our members, quite honestly. Because even when you're
in terms of them not having to think, to be honest.
Well, let me share this thought though. Even when you're as much experience as you have, and you and I've done a ton of live trading, you go to this chart, it takes all the stress and anxiety and the emotion out of what's going on, and it just helps clarify something for you to help you make a better decision in the heat of the moment. And that's where people make mistakes, is in the heat of the moment. So for me, I use it for when I'm trading. I've been trading Twitter and Tesla, and it's freaking dead on. It helps you. So it's just everything we have available for members. This is one of the best tools that we have available.
Most definitely. And, guys, you still have to put a little effort into it. I know that word scares a lot of people, but you still have to put a little bit of effort into it. But the main thing, and this comes down to discipline when trading. The main thing is to keep those position sizes smaller, because when you have a smaller position size, it takes the stress out of it. It makes life easier. If you start to take a loss, like I swear on my life, if you start to take a loss with a smaller position size, you will be able to think through that trade with no emotions. And you'll be able to make that determination on, okay, I need to cut this. I can accept this loss right here. No big deal, and move on. Or, okay, this is a true bottom right here. I can scale in. Or a true top if you're going short. I can scale in and be able to manage it overall. It always starts with a small position size. I don't know why people try to make this harder than what it really is. If you guys scale down your size, you'll do far better as a trader, in my opinion.
Yeah, Brian, we're not surprised. #weak sauce.
All right. Let's see. Todd, do you have anything else?
No, while we were talking, SPFM did a little squeeze there, so I think this could have some potential today, as we talked about. The shorts are definitely still in it for it to get a little momentum here. So just be smart, be safe with your trades today, and be careful.
All right, everybody. We will catch y'all in the next one.